Megan here from Contego with another quick Tip Tuesday video to help you bridge the gap between technology and your business. To ensure you get the most out of your Acumatica ERP system, let's look at one of the accounts payable features that's been upgraded in 2021 and 2022 that make Acumatica even easier to use than ever. Acumatica released their AP Document Recognition feature in 2020, and they've been hard at work over the past 2 years to improve its functionality. This video covers upgrades through Acumatica 2022 Release 1. Let's dive right in to see these new features at work.
I've received an invoice in my email that I want to send for document recognition. I'm going to use the Acumatica Outlook add-in to send this directly to Acumatica for processing by clicking the Create AP Document button. I could also set up a dedicated email address set up with incoming message processing in Acumatica and automate this step completely. Starting in Acumatica 2021 R2, the system can now search for the vendor by the domain name of the email, instead of just searching for the vendor ID. There is an exception list to prevent incorrect matching for emails coming from common domains such as Gmail or Outlook. There's also improved mapping of invoice detail lines. Now that our document's been processed, let's jump into Acumatica. We'll start at the new and improved incoming documents page. In 2022 R1, some significant improvements have been made to enable this screen to display more information about the records loaded through the AP document recognition process, as well as being able to complete mass processing of records. You can now also resubmit documents for recognition if the process was interrupted instead of reloading from scratch. Here I've got a number of documents in various statuses, and I can select multiple records to process at once. Let's take a look at the document we just loaded from our email. The system has picked up the vendor, the invoice date, the vendor reference, and the total. I can now also search for the vendor if it couldn't be identified during initial recognition. If I click on the vendor field, you can see that the system's actually picked up the vendor from the logo. Starting in 2021 R1, you can now process AP bills through document recognition that are linked to a purchase order, which is a critical feature for many companies. As well, many vendors maintain inventory under different identifiers than you might. With the addition of inventory cross-references, the system can identify these items regardless of how they're entered on the invoice. In the details section, the system has realized that the item IDs provided by the vendor don't exist in our system for all items, so it's set them as alternate IDs. For some of these items, we've already mapped the alternate IDs to our inventory IDs in the cross-reference tab. For the items that we haven't set up, I can map these to our inventory IDs. Using Acumatica's Type Ahead feature, it's bringing up the item that I want to map it to, and this cross-reference will automatically be saved in the system. You will notice that the system automatically is matching these items to our PO number and PO receipt that are already in the system. It's found the PO number on the invoice and gone and searched for the related records. We can take a look at our tablet inventory ID to see our cross-references. Here you can see that this item has multiple cross-references for multiple vendors. Now that our document's been fully mapped, let's hit Save and Continue so we can continue processing this document. The system has created our accounts payable bill and has attached our file. We can go ahead and remove this from hold and release it. Now the bill is ready to be paid when it's due.
We've successfully processed an AP bill related to a purchase order through Acumatica's AP Document Recognition process. For more support and information, visit contegogroup.ca/Acumatica or click on the link below.